What is the general average cost of a ship?
A ship is from $1 million to $1 million. When you transfer the asset, so there is a cost involved technologically, whether it is risk-free,
Right.
inspections are done. So there is a cost involved from the platform side.
What is ShipFinex?
So ShipFinex, as the name sounds, ship, finance and exchange. So it is a platform where ships can be bought and sold in form of fractions.
How is ShipFinex solving this problem for a common man who wants to own a ship?
We are sailors.
Yep.
We have been earning money and we have been investing money. However, we know we are working on a ship which is giving us salaries. Owner is earning money and that is how he is giving us salaries as well. And we know that this asset makes money. That's why it's existing. And it's 90% of global trade is done by ships.
Absolutely.
So at present, owning a ship is very expensive.
Could you explain how ship owners make money from their investments? Welcome back to another episode of the KSN Show. Have you ever imagined owning a ship? Yes, you heard that right. Today we have Captain Vikas Pandey, the founder of ShipFinex on the show, and his company is solving a problem where common people like us can own ships. Very interesting podcast because you'll also get to know how much does a ship cost and how much profits do they make. So don't forget to watch the video till the end, taking you straight to Captain Vikas Pandey. Captain Vikas, welcome to the KSN show, sir. How are you today?
I'm absolutely fine, Karan. First of all, today is Dhanteras.
Yes.
So wishing you, your family and everyone out there a very, very happy Dhanteras.
Thank you, sir.
Upcoming Diwali in 2 days. So I'm very good, very nice. And thank you for inviting me, giving me this opportunity to talk about multiple stuff.
Sir.
So thank you so much, Karan.
And it's an honor for us to have you here, sir. Especially, sir, first let me ask you this question. How is India? How is India treating you? Do you miss India?
No, India I don't miss practically because I keep on coming here. Obviously because the company setup what we have now is in Dubai. So stay more in Dubai, less in India, less in Delhi, to be very frank.
Right.
India is same. I've been in India for
Right.
so long. Just moved to Dubai 2 years back.
Okay.
So India is very nice, very good. Only the Delhi pollution is treating us very well. Which,
Unfortunately, not much we can do about it, sir.
not much.
Yes. You know, when you were saying this, I had a memory which struck up. I was in Delhi doing my schooling and I had always wished to join the sea.
Okay.
Yes.
Very nice,
So,
very
what suddenly struck the chord was I had a dream to own a ship.
Ah.
Yes. And till now, I have that dream. But I know the reality is quite different. But I hope we can bridge that gap. But I asked my father that, Dad, I don't want to sail on a ship. I want to own a ship and take it my way. Okay?
Wow.
So, yeah. So he said,
Nice.
boss, ऐसे this is not like that. First you'll have to become a captain and all of that. So coming back to the captaincy, sir, when did you start your journey and what type of ships were you on?
Okay, so basically I never thought of joining Merchant Navy.
Okay.
After 12th, to be very, I was a KV student, typical middle class family, father was in Air Force.
Okay.
So everybody want that you somehow do engineering, do something somewhere. So obviously I was in the same race, but obviously father was in Air Force, so there was a kida of joining force,
Okay.
so which was basically NDA. So gave NDA exam and cleared it, then went to SSB. And I could not clear the SSB last day out, screening was out in
Conference.
the last one.
Yeah, the
last day out. So I think my GTO was bad. So what happened then, while coming back, and I actually opted for the Navy. And I wanted to be the Navy aircraft carrier pilot. That was my goal. Practically the goal of life was to become that. So while coming back, I got rejected, and with me Rimkolian was also there.
What is a Rimkolian?
RAMC, Rashtriya Indian Military College. So,
okay.
So that guy also got rejected. And Rimkolians practically they never got rejected.
Yeah.
They never get rejected.
Yeah.
So his SSB was not qualified. So when we were coming together, we were talking and all. He said, "Why you want to join force?" I said, "I do this. The main aim is to make money. So why don't you join Merchant Navy? So what is Merchant Navy? It's something like that after 12th. So prepared for IIT, and then after that came NDA, did this. Then I came to know about Merchant Navy and started knowing about it. And then there was somebody very close to my house. He was a chief engineer, a DMET guy. So somehow came to know that somebody lives besides us who was in Merchant Navy, he can guide us. That's how I came to know about Merchant Navy. Applied in the few of the entrance of companies. Anglo-Eastern was at that point of time, Anglo and Denoms merged. They were recruiting cadets. So we were the 4 months pre-C time period. Plus Tulani DNS, Diploma Nautical Science online wala.
Okay.
So gave Anglo-Eastern, got selected. 2-3 companies I gave, got selected, but Anglo was supposed to be one of the best training and this, all that, which my peer told me at that point of time that it's the best. And I still feel the training of Anglo is still the best. So got there 2002. Went on sea. Anglo had the policy of going on all 3 types of ships: gas carrier, tanker, bulk carrier, and container. We did 3 all in the cadetship phase. Then after that, third mate, second mate, chief mate, and then license and master. So it's a typical journey of everybody. But I did most of the time gas carriers.
Okay.
And after becoming third mate, then again, it's like 2009-10 when I was doing my mates. I had that again, the kida of doing something, entrepreneurship and all that, because most of the time when you're on holiday, you're on holiday. So I started one venture basically to, because I felt that when I was joining Merchant Navy, there was nothing to tell me. The awareness was also not there.
Right.
So I started the institute called CMCI, which is Capella Maritime Career Institute from Kanpur. That from that point of time, my entrepreneurship journey started. That's 2009-10, so while I was sailing also.
Okay, it was a maritime training institute.
Yes, so we were the first, I'll say, focused Merchant Navy coaching institute. We were the first in India at that point of time.
Is it still there?
After COVID, they shut it down. Like I gave it to the people who were running it. I moved to Delhi, started my own RPSL company, ship management company, and all that. Then went into maritime training, post-sea institute as well.
Okay.
Started one venture which I did was Earthroam International SIM card. So in telecommunication also I did, raised funds there, got exit from there.
Sir, where is this spark? Like, how does it come inside you? Like, I want to do this. Like, what is your driving force? Something.
See, it's not like driving force. First of all, what happens is that I cannot sit idle and be monotonous. So I practically love something challenging should be there always. So, and something which is not of my domain, but it is very exciting to do something. Like I started ship management company, but it was very monotonous. Same manning, selection, taking interviews, selecting. So in that also, I always used to think that how exactly a software or a technology can be plugged in, make it more efficient, make it more smoother, how the life of a recruiter also can change. So 2018, that actually brought me towards technology.
Okay.
So 2018, I met someone who was basically into technology all his life. Was in Silicon Valley, worked with Tesla and Microsoft, the tech lead with Tesla. Met him and that was the journey of my technology, which was switched over because while understanding that how the world is going to move, he told me that there are 3 things which are going to change the world in next 10 years. It was in 2017 when we sat together. And so whatever I was doing, I said, I'm not going to do this now. I'm going to completely change my domain to technology. So there was a spark, which you said, wanted to do something.
Right.
And there was one more thing. If you literally see top 20 companies globally, those who are listed and has the highest revenue or the valuation, more than 50% of the companies are pure technology companies. Even if you pick top 10, you'll find 6 companies. Pick up
that's Microsoft,
Amazon, Google, Tesla. So all this, like there are top 10 companies. Out of that, 6 are, there are no FMCG. There is FMCG companies. There are other industrial companies as well. But if you talk technology is, So that's why I wanted to move to there, so that maybe my dream of being a unicorn or something can only be fulfilled through this.
With the tech part
I
of it.
cannot make a unicorn
Right.
by running a ship management or this kind of companies. That was the spark which kept on. Even the Earthroam International SIM card which I did, idea was that, but it could not take up that much.
Okay.
So,
And so
that was the point.
What were those 3 things which he said which will be the upcoming?
Okay. So
Yeah.
IoT,
IoT is what, sir?
Internet of Things.
Internet of Things.
Things.
Okay.
Internet of Things means anything will have internet there. So it's like Internet of Things. Just lights
Right,
now,
right,
you know,
right.
lights. You say, Alexa, please switch on my lights. That is IoT,
Okay.
right? So there. So IoT. Second one is AI, which we all are now seeing, and the third one is blockchain.
So these 3 things in
Will
2017
change the world.
Yeah.
That's a holy grail. They call it the triage
The triage.
of the world. These 3 things will change the way we live, the way we communicate, the way industries run. Everything will change by these 3 technologies. For me, IoT I was knowing, AI I was knowing, heard about it, like, okay, AI, artificial intelligence and machine learning and deep learning and all that.
Right.
But blockchain I was not knowing. We have been working on ship, we know chain blocks, have picked up a lot of chain blocks,
Yeah,
a lot of chain blocks, but never heard about this. Then he told me about blockchain. And apparently there was a conference happening, which was run by the government of Telangana, I think. And I went there. So it was India's biggest blockchain conference in 2017.
Okay.
And blockchain was just coming because 2013 is the time when blockchain technology, because of Bitcoin and people have started talking about. So I went there, 2 days of conference that completely changed my mindset. That I was like, what are we doing? Where are we?
As a shipping industry?
As a shipping industry, as a normal people, that, okay, we really do not know. Like you are asking, what is IoT? So it's like blockchain, we don't know, and the people are going in a different level. They are thinking to completely change the world in a decentralized manner. Money, how exactly money will be transacting between after 10 years, what exactly will happen. So that exactly changed my mind. I said, no, I will be in this space now because this space is going to be the space for the entrepreneurs in the next 10 years or 15 years.
Got it.
So that's why I completely left my traditional ship management, manning and training part.
Right.
But the idea was not that to leave this. The idea was to get into technology and see how we can utilize these technology to transform even the industry where I have been living
from,
for my bread and butter.
Right.
shipping.
Absolutely.
So yes, so then from there it started, and at that point of time only the fractionalization of
I think we'll come back to blockchain and fractionalization when we talk about the project you're working on, which is of like real interest to me. Like I said in the beginning, like I wanted to own a ship. Coming back to that, sir. So when did you found the company which you are a founder of, the ShipFinex?
Okay, so ShipFinex domain was taken in 2018.
Okay, so sorry, I'm going to dial it back. What is ShipFinex, sir?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So ShipFinex, as the name sounds, ship, finance, and exchange. So it is practically an exchange or a platform where ships can be bought and sold in form of fractions.
Okay.
So anyone or everyone can buy a piece of a ship, which we call token, and earn the passive income. When the ship makes money, you make money, a portion of what you have bought as a token, and you can also sell that instantly in the market whenever you want to get exit at the value of the token. It can be high, it can be low as per the stocks.
Okay.
So it's basically now what we are doing is every ship is tokenized or fractionalized on our platform in form of tokens, and people can buy and sell. And this market, shipping market, is like today it's $1.6 to $1.8 trillion is the worth of the maritime assets.
Okay.
And it's the most illiquid asset.
most illiquid.
Illiquid asset.
What is that? What do you mean by
Illiquid asset means if I want to sell a ship right now, I have a ship. Now I want to sell a ship. What will I do? There are very less buyers because it's $12 million, $50 million, $100 million. So if as an owner, if I own this, I want to liquid it.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's not like your car that you bought the car and you want to sell it today. You can sell. Go to Cars 24. Go here. You'll sell it. You'll get your money.
Right.
So it's a liquid asset. It's a depreciating asset. Obviously, like car. You like we say real estate. Real estate is also an illiquid asset. Today you own a home. Let's suppose you own a property. As an investment, also you own it. You are getting a rent out of it, but you need money. You want to sell it, but can you sell it in a day?
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
So if you fractionalize this asset in form of tokens and the multiple people are owning this piece, then it becomes easier to liquid that asset.
I'll ask a very dumb question, sir. What do you mean by fractionalizing a ship? Like, do you really, like, you get only the forward part of the ship? I'm asking a very generalized dumb question. That what do you mean by this fractionalization?
Okay, fractionalization of ship does not mean that I'm going to break the ship into different parts and give one part to Karan and one part to someone else.
Yeah.
So ship is owned by a company, right?
Right.
So what happens is that the company which owns the ship is actually the UBO, ultimately beneficial owner of the asset. What we do is we fractionalize that company using blockchain technology, and the tokens which represent the company are put on chain. On chain, again, it's not a ship's chain or something.
Right.
It's a technology where the tokens, what is representing the asset, are the part of that blockchain which is which is publicly visible, which is we call a ledger.
Okay.
So the ledger is open, and the tokens which represent that company are openly available for people to buy. For example, like stocks. But it is on blockchain. It means it is decentralized. It is not governed by a centralized entity. It is governed by a set of rules. When the particular blockchain was made, those rules were created in form of blocks, and all the transactions which are happening in that particular blockchain are recorded in the distributed ledger. And when we say distributed ledger, it means the nodes or the servers are placed at different hundreds of locations.
So that is why decentralized.
That's why decentralized. For example, if you own a bank account in Axis Bank, for example, when you take out money or when you transfer money, everything is in the ledger which they maintain. That's why you know that this money.
Right.
So whatever money you have right now in your bank account, it's a ledger. They just maintain that.
Right.
You get your salary, it gets added, then it gets subtracted.
Yeah.
This all activity, what all these banks are doing, it is in their centralized ledger.
And one position.
At one
hub.
One hub or one centralized location. And they may have some different backups and servers and all that. But if somebody tries to hack it, they can hack it and steal your money.
Right.
And then banks, this has happened,
Yeah, it's happened in the past. Yeah.
So in blockchain, what happens is the ledger is not owned by a centralized authority.
Okay.
It is owned by the public. Public means somebody is maintaining one node, somebody is in Uganda maintaining one node, somebody is there maintaining one node, and it is run by a set of rules, which is the algorithm of that blockchain. And the permission also, when you transfer, is actually taken through the people,
multiple centers,
and that is also a set of I'll say questions or mathematical equations which the servers has to solve, and these are random questions that has to be solved. That is why the servers need to run at a very high GPU.
That's why a lot of processing.
A lot of processing power is required, and the more processing power you have, the more fast you will solve that puzzle. Once the puzzle is solved, you are rewarded. That is what is the coin which is generated.
Okay.
Okay, that is what is called the fees which you have to pay because the nodes are rewarded,
And the processing.
and that's how the coins are generated or tokens are generated.
Okay.
So this is called blockchain. So all these ship tokens which are there, it is represented in form of tokens and put it on blockchain. After that, whatever happens in terms of transferring of that asset as in form of tokens happens on blockchain, and everything is open in the ledger.
So it's
it's
like
completely transparent.
Yeah.
But it will not show you that Karanvir Singh Nayyar is there who is owning it.
Okay.
It is in form of cryptographic address,
Okay.
which you can see that this address has transferred this, this address has transferred this, and it's an open ledger, and which cannot be even interrupted. It cannot be altered. You cannot do anything with that because it's not represented on blockchain.
Yeah, no one person can alter it.
Even more person cannot change it. So the more the heavier blockchain is, it becomes more difficult to impregnate and alter the situation.
Okay, so I'm going to dial it back a bit. And this is like a standard mindset we all have. Like you said, you are from a middle class family. Similarly, I am. And I think majority of shippy seafarers also from a middle class family. So we think only big corporations can own ships because, as you said, it's a $100 million asset or perhaps even more. Now, how is ShipFinex solving this problem for a common man who wants to own a ship? Is it the same thing which you're talking about?
Kind of, yes. So for example, when we are sailors,
Yeah.
We have been earning money and we have been investing money.
Right.
We come back, we invest money in stocks, we invest money in mutual funds, we invest money in fixed deposit.
Right.
So practically what you do is you distribute your risk profile and you invest your money at the different buckets. Right. However, being in the shipping industry, we know we are working on a ship which is giving us salaries. Owner is earning money and that is how he is giving us salaries as well. And we know that this asset makes money. That's why it's existing. And it's 90% of global trade is done by ships.
Absolutely.
And ships can, because of the demand and supply, charter party rate, that can go high and low. Market drives, so the market forces drive the value of the asset and all that. But we as a people, even from the maritime industry, and non-maritime industry is something else, but as a maritime people also, there is no avenue where I can go and invest money on ships.
Right.
And I'm being exposed to this asset class. I know, but I cannot do it. So ShipFinex as a platform bridges that gap for the investors to even think of. Right now, it's thinking also is like, it's not like some people even don't think that, okay, can I invest in ships? Like how?
Yeah.
So the only way is practically to own a ship is buy a stock of a public listed company.
Right.
For example, you go and buy a stock of Maersk in Oslo Stock Exchange or US Stock, whatever. You can buy that. But that is the whole company's
Valuation
and shares.
And shares.
It's not a single asset which you are buying. Maersk has 100 ships. Maybe you are not interested in buying Maersk's gas tanker token. You're interested in buying oil tanker only, or maybe a bulker, maybe a container, whatever. So, and that too also a very less percentage of ship owned globally are publicly listed stocks.
So let's try to decode that. What do you mean by they are like publicly, like they are there in the market? Like the
publicly listed means a company is listed in the stock exchange. There are global stock exchanges, different countries has.
Right.
And you can buy the shares of that company.
So it's very less in percentage of the global shipping.
Yes, the maximum majority of the ships are privately owned.
Okay, so they are like totally reserved in their own.
They are privately owned. They are not public. So it is not. It's not available for you to invest. When the company is publicly listed, till the time Zomato was not publicly listed, you are seeing the company is doing very good. Can you invest in that? No, you cannot. As soon as Zomato went public, then you can invest. The more people can buy that or invest or even perceive the value of this company. It is now open to you that a tanker, which I know it's going to earn this much, you as Karan has the ability now to perceive and say, okay, I will buy this token at this price. Somebody else is owning it and you say, okay, no, I know the market is going to change. Geopolitical things are changing. Maybe this particular tanker market or this segment is going to increase. But you sitting here thinking will not make any difference. Yes. But all this knowledge what you have, now with the ShipFinex platform, you can actually utilize that. You can play with that as well, and you can invest into this asset class and you can earn the passive income.
And that's why I'm sure you also call it, it's a revolutionary concept and a change, which I think, like you said, the three things to go for. It's coming somewhere over there. And not somewhere, it is there. So I think it's a great thing which you have started. Coming back to that, sir, I had a question in my mind. So I'll tell you about my story. I was on the ship in 2020 from where I started YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. So that ship, if it's publicly listed like we are talking now, suppose it's on ShipFinex, I will definitely want to have a share in it. Why? Because emotions are connected, and I know the trade of the vessel. I know how efficient the rudder of it is, how efficient the propeller is. So as a seafarer, I know this can give me profits, and of course there's an emotion attached to it.
Correct.
Now, a non-seafarer, suppose my friend who is doing mechanical engineering, he wants to go and purchase a ship.
He can.
Right? Now ShipFinex is providing that medium to do that.
Yes.
Now, how does he know what kind of ship this is, or what is the trade of it? Is ShipFinex also looking into that? Like, what is the trade at which what it's carrying and all of that? Something like that?
So, our platform is absolutely transparent.
Okay.
You go onto the platform, the live tracking of the asset is available to you. The live real-time valuation of the asset is available to you.
Wonderful.
Who is the owner? All certificates are verified by a technical committee.
Okay.
Each and every charter party, agreements, everything is verified, and for you to see even the projections, who are the owners, what are their background, how exactly it is running, day-to-day basis, what are the PSC inspection report, what is we do the inspections on the regular basis. All inspection reports are publicly available to see for the people. So we allow the people to make informed decisions by giving absolutely clear picture of the asset in front of you in the real-time basis.
So it's like live tracking.
The live tracking. You can actually see that the vessel you have bought is right now in middle of the sea, or middle of Indian Ocean, or middle of Atlantic.
Wonderful.
You can actually see that.
And we can also see like what type of cargo. Why I'm asking you?
Everything. It's absolute. So whatever is available, what you feed in AIS of your ship, each and everything is visible to you.
Perfect. So just for context, AI is like a system where you get all the ship particulars and is it hazardous cargo or something.
So it's something like this, Vessel Finder. You go to Vessel Finder.
Yep.
So we have the APIs connected to Vessel Finder.
Okay.
So you can see everything. Then we have the APIs of Vessel Value, which is our partner.
Right.
So real-time valuation of the asset comes in. We have various other APIs also connected, which gives you the actual situation. Who's the crew on board? How I mean, so not the names, but obviously what kind of nationalities are there? What kind of charter party has been signed. Sometimes there are very sensitive documents which we do not want to show. That either they will come sanitized or it will be verified by a Maritime Asset Technical Committee, which is formed by us as a third with the arm's length, and they check everything and they verify.
Okay. So yesterday I was asking my mother, I'm going to be hosting a guest who is doing something which is fantabulous, and I asked her, if you wanted to go and buy a ship tomorrow, what all will be the questions in your mind? So first questions he had was, which kind of trade will give me the maximum profit? Because she's watching my video, she knows, okay, there is container, bulk carrier, gas. So anything which you want to say on that? Gas carrier?
See, it's so interesting. Your
mother asked that question. My mother asked that question.
Really impressed.
Yeah.
So now ShipFinex as a platform will not only show you the ships. We will give you market insights as well. How many ships are in the order book right now? Which all yards are having? How is the market going? Which area, which trade charter party rates are what? So that's what I said. You will be able to make an informed decision. Right?
Yes.
So it's like that. It's like when you go to Zerodha, what does it happen?
Correct.
So you see all the market news and updates.
Absolutely.
Till today, what happens if you know that in winters, this particular trade becomes very good.
Right.
And people make money.
Right.
But right now, you can't do anything about it.
Absolutely.
You know, the summers, this goes little down. Okay, let me now, right now, somebody else is owning it. Let me take this in premium.
Yes.
And I know the value of the asset is going to go up.
It's very interesting. Like,
So
because
now you can trade that, which you could never.
and like you said, and like we all said, 90% of the world cargo is moving, and it moved. In COVID also it moved. Like that was the most eye-opening thing for the non-industry people, that ships are moving, COVID vaccines are being transferred, and the ships are running. So it is a continuous chain which keeps running.
And
Yeah.
surprisingly,
Hmm.
the COVID market made the container ship owners and Maersk and CMA-CGM and all, they have booked the profits of their history at that point of time.
Absolutely. So if suppose I
So
had
market
Yeah.
drives that. So this is what I say, any asset, if it is an FD, for example,
right,
it's not interesting for you.
it's
You're
just
making
sitting
7.5%.
there. Yeah, that's it.
Fix 7.5%. There is no gamification of that. You can't do nothing about it. 7.5% fix coming.
Khatam.
It's
Yep.
non-risky.
Yep.
But then you get into the market. You utilize your knowledge. You utilize your insights.
Right.
And your gut.
Instincts.
Your instincts, your
Yeah.
gut. And then you participate in the asset class, which can give you return, which can make you
Absolutely.
lose
There's-
as well.
there's
It's a market.
It's a market.
But it's a very interesting asset, as we said.
Yes.
People, ship owners have lost money as well. It's not when the market going down 2008-9, the
2008
whole world
crisis.
lost money.
Absolutely.
And the same thing happens if there are more ships in the market and there are less demand. Obviously, the charter rate will go down and this will
Economics,
happen.
like
Economics.
supply, demand,
But if it goes down, what happens? The scrapping of the ship increases.
So then you have a chance of investing
Investing
there.
in there as well. And when the scrapping of ship happens, suddenly the drop of demand is same. Supply will start dropping.
Yeah.
So then again the charter market comes up. So it's cyclical. That's why we say shipping is a very cyclical industry. When to enter, when to exit, all this.
That's up
if
to
you
how you
play
research.
that, you can make a good money out of
You know,
it.
when you were saying chartering and all of this, what came in my mind was my institute when they were teaching me ship brokerage, insurance.
Yeah.
It's a very vast subject.
It's very, very
It's not very easy to understand at first go.
Correct.
I think ShipFinex, correct me if I'm wrong, is solved that process by directly putting you on a platform where you're transparently seeing what's happening.
Yes.
Right? We don't need to have like in-depth knowledge of insurance and chartering all.
Yes, you don't need to know that.
Yeah.
When you invest in stock, some people go to a lot of deep.
Right.
They try to understand who's the board of director of the company, what profits they have made before, what is the industry coming in. For example, now we're saying semiconductor industry is coming in India. It's better to buy a stock of semiconductor.
Right.
Right? A company which is coming in semiconductor, buy that. So you will make a
You'll
lot
make-
of money out of
yeah,
that because
yeah.
it will go up.
Absolutely.
So you just need to know this. And somebody has bought that stock. You really you don't go to the deep. Many times you don't go to the
Correct,
deep. And some people are detailed people. They want to go to the deep of it.
Yes.
So it all depends.
all
It all depends.
So, when I was telling you that it's a revolutionary concept, I'm sure it has come with a lot of challenges. Now, I want to dive down deep into what kind of obstacles and challenges you faced bringing forward this concept to a very traditional industry as it is. So, let's talk about the challenges, sir.
Yeah, this is very interesting because the concept idea came in 2018 and we started working majorly in 2022 on that. The biggest challenge is the regulatory. Because what we are doing is we're creating a financial instrument where people will invest money.
Right.
And as ShipFinex, our core principle from the beginning was that we will launch and we will come out in the market in a regulated way. And we want to get scrutinized by the regulators so that my platform is not only just a technology platform. It is being scrutinized for the way we are transacting and it is safe for the investors. It means the risks are verified and everything is being done. So I'm very proud to say that we have got the initial approval from VARA, which is Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority. We got it just last few months back. And now we are getting the full license. And VARA is the most reputed and most comprehensive framework of virtual asset which is being made in the world.
Okay.
They are the most comprehensive, best framework.
Right.
because virtual asset, which we call as
Let's say
crypto or all, which I actually try not avoid saying crypto, but obviously because people get little, blockchain technology is more easy, and so these assets, which are virtual assets, are not easy to regulate because it has actually come up in a completely different manner. The way the asset is represented.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why the regulators were not ready. They were not knowing what to call this. Is it a security? It is a utility, or it is currency? What exactly it is?
Yep.
So slowly after the advent of this technology and all, 2021, the regulators and IMF and globally, they started talking about it. First, they were overlooking it. Oh, it's not going to do anything. It's not that strong. But they realized the potential as the people, 1 billion people are already owning these assets. Globally, 1 billion people are
1
owning
billion
it.
is
And
like-
the next 1 billion will onboard by next 5 years. So 2 billion people will be owning these assets. It has to be regulated.
Absolutely.
That's why the scams were there.
Yeah.
Why crypto became so scammy?
Right.
Because obviously when it is not regulated, the people who want to do scams, they will be on the forefront, they will always try to do that.
Absolutely.
So that's why it was most vulnerable, and the people were vulnerable because people were thinking that we will become, millionaire overnight. I'll invest $1,000 and it will become $100,000 in 6 months.
Yeah.
So that was happening.
Yes.
But actually, it's not like that. World never works like that. So it was unregulated. Slowly, it started getting regulated, and we were lucky enough to get that. VARA understood our concept, and they really appreciated the way what we are doing, and they have scrutinized all our documents, companies, insurance, ship asset, how is it insured, where is it going, everything is being scrutinized by them. We have submitted a hell lot of papers to them, and then so that was the main thing. So we wanted a regulated way. So we're getting fully regulated before the launch.
Okay. And what are some of the risks which are involved while investing in such an asset?
Okay, see, risk is something which is related to the market. If an asset does an accident, right? What happens? Practically, the asset is insured, right? So when the asset does accident, it is insured for the hull and machinery, and it is insured for all the things, right? Now, at that point of time, it is insured and it is covered. Money will come by the insurance. Repairs will be done. But for that time period, ship is not going to make money.
Right.
That's the time period when you will not earn. So all these risks are associated, obviously. But obviously, it's a percentage. How many ships get accident or, being pollution incident, how many it happens. But it happens in very minute percentage.
Now with such stringent regulations, with so
exactly.
many...
So and shipping is a very highly regulated environment. We go to one port to other port, we are scrutinized like crazy,
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Like
the kind of paperwork we do, the kind of we have to prove that the vessel is seaworthy. And still accident happens. So, okay, it still happens. So this is one risk. Obviously, it is associated that if something happens, obviously the asset will not make money for that time period, and you will not be able to take dividends, and maybe the value of the asset will also go down at that point of time. But the percentage is very less. Again, if you put it on the chart that how many incident happens like that. The second risk is the demand of that particular ship is it reduces and the supply is high. So the competition of charter rate happens at that point of time. So obviously these are driven by market, and it is similar to any other market. So these are the risks associated. But if you see on an average, you study the shipping market, by and large, shipping industry and ships have made money for the rich people. That's why they own it. Absolutely. If it wouldn't have been making money for riches, they wouldn't have been owning it. It's as simple as that.
When you were talking about this, I think day before, my co-founder, he sent me a YouTube video where the title was speaking to a billionaire ship owner in NYC. Yeah, it's a good video on YouTube. It's a podcast itself. And that gentleman was speaking about how he went into the ship owners community in NYC and how tough it is first to get into it.
It's very difficult.
Yes, and once he got into it, he made a lot of money. Of course, that's like a fascinating part, but he emphasized on the risks and the challenges which were there to ownership. But I think ShipFinex, personally, has totally negated that problems? Because now as a common person only, I can go with suppose $100. I have $100 as a saving.
Yeah, right now our limit is 1,000.
Okay, suppose 1,000. As Shippies, yes, we can afford. Yeah.
There is a thought behind that
Yes,
as well
yes.
when we created. So at present, owning a ship is very expensive.
Yeah.
Suddenly, we don't want to devalue that as well. That okay, $10 or $100 you can invest.
Yeah.
And technologically, whatever is happening, the transaction, what we are doing, as the number of people and the transaction increases, we will reduce the threshold as well.
Okay.
Because there is a cost involved
Yeah.
when you transfer the asset.
Right.
So there is a cost involved technologically and even maintaining that asset, whether it is risk free,
Right.
inspections are done. So there is a cost involved from the platform side. So that's why we have kept to a limit by which there is some kind of transactional fees which we will take. It will cover up our stuff. That's why it's $1,000. And slowly as the transaction increase, we will reduce it down.
Got it.
To levels
So,
one.
what is the general average cost of a ship?
See, a ship is from $1 million to $300 million.
So,
Right.
100.
So the average, what
Yeah.
you want to check
Yeah.
is a simple. If you want to average, there are 100,000 assets globally, and the total value is 1.6 trillion dollars or $2 trillion.
Yeah.
Average it out, and out of that, actually 55,000 ships are only more than 1,000 GRT.
Okay.
So half of the ship you can remove, like
Small
so
ships.
55,000 ships valuing around 1.8 to $2 trillion. You can divide it and you can get the number.
It's very massive. No, absolutely. So, sir, we had a question from again my mother. Like, could you explain how ship owners make money from their investments?
So it is practically very simple. In a very layman language, I have a ship
Yep.
which is having a capacity to carry something, and there is someone who wants to utilize that capacity, and he is ready to pay you for carrying that.
Right.
So the money is called the income, freight income, by which you earn.
Freight income.
Freight income. It can be long-term charter, which we call time charter. It can be a voyage charter, or it can be a bareboat charter. Let's not go to the deep of it for your mother to understand.
Yeah.
So basically, I have a ship.
Yeah.
I have a space which can be utilized to transport the cargo, which someone else want to ship, and he is ready to pay for it. Now, as a ship owner, I will take that money, safely transport that cargo to the other place, and the money what I make is then gone into maintaining that asset,
Right.
running that asset safely, minus that whatever is the profit that I make. So that's how, because ship is something which is 90% of the global trade is run by ships. So, and globalization is increasing. Sea transport is increasing. It's not reducing.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
know the massive ports are coming worldwide.
Orders.
Orders are crazy, you know.
Crazy,
And then green shipping is coming.
Yeah.
The whole shipping order will change. By 2050, net zero is the plan. It means the ships which we are seeing right now,
They will-
97% of the ships will not be there.
Yeah.
Because they will all become a green ship, you know. So the things will change. So practically ship makes money by this, and nobody practically runs the asset on losses. Right. So as soon as it start making losses, what will you do is you'll sell the asset.
Okay.
So if you have invested,
Yeah.
the asset will be sold. Whatever money comes will be distributed to you as well. Whatever
Right.
the token price.
So, how much generally does a ship owner make on suppose one voyage? Just in
Okay,
your.
I'll give you a very
Yeah.
standard
Yeah.
the thing. On an average, in a long-term way, there are few good studies which has come. You make on an average between 15% to 20% of your IRR. On a
IRR
long
is-
term, your investable return.
Okay.
You can say ROI. More
ROI.
easy. IRR is more technical
So,
term.
15-20% of your
Invested money.
Invested money.
So you get between that.
Okay.
It can be more, it can be less as well.
Okay.
But below 10%, it will never make sense for a owner to
run the ship?
to run the ship, because there is a loan, there is a mortgage and all that. You know.
right,
So, so practically in shipping, you have the financial projections. If it is less than 12%, it is not feasible.
Okay, got it. So just for example, for the
So
viewers,
it is always beyond that.
Yeah.
But obviously the market goes down and then
yeah. So suppose I have 100 rupees on a ship, so I have to get at least 15 rupees out
you
of
will
it.
get it. Yeah.
You will get it.
Yeah.
If it's going below 12 rupees or 10 rupees, then we have to reevaluate if.
But that is obviously will be transparently to you. The income is coming,
Right.
charter party, everything. And we have a very strong governance principle, what we have created
Okay.
for the ship owner, that how he's going to run and
Yeah.
what kind of class he can go for, what kind of flag he is going for. No hanky-panky things will be there on the
Right,
platform.
right.
They will be very properly scrutinized in their financial audit as well by the top firms. So all this will happen.
Do flags make a difference, like the flag of a ship, in terms of the revenue it's generating, or is it? I'm not
flag
aware of it.
practically doesn't make sense. Doesn't make any difference on the revenue. But obviously, the type of flag you fly, if it is in grey or if it is in blacklist, then the shipper or many of the ports will not allow you to come. If you are flying a good flag, obviously shipping is run by flag of conveniences, but in the flag of conveniences also there is a ranking. So if you're on a good flag, the rating of the flag is good. It means the asset which are flying this flag, they are maintained in a good manner. If the flag is very lenient, then you will not maintain the asset. Your inspection will fail. But if the lenient flag is there, they will still allow you to sail.
Got
it, then the accident happens and all that. So it is very important. So revenue doesn't make. It's not that if you're flying a good flag, it will make. But obviously your employment increases if you're flying a good flag. Your chances of employment increases.
Got it. Another very dumb question, sir. Suppose now I have a fragment of a ship from ShipFinex. Now, is it like I have to monitor the day-to-day operation, or is it like passively running and I can get my income from it?
Yeah, so you'll be seeing on your chart.
Yeah.
So you will have your asset which you have bought. Let's suppose $100 you have bought.
Yeah.
So the earning will start accumulating on your token.
Okay.
Daily basis, because you are earning daily.
Daily, yeah.
The ship owner is earning daily. There is a higher rate is daily rate.
Yeah,
can be $10,000, can be $20,000.
Yeah.
So the earning will start accumulating on your token. Every quarter there will be an audit, and whatever is the earning accumulated on your token, it will be decided by the governance body that okay, we want to release 50% of the earning to all the token holders.
Okay.
So for example, out of $100, if you have earned $10 in a quarter, for example, I'm just giving a number, then that $10, but they want to keep $5 because there are incidental expenses, unforeseen expenses also. They want to keep that, and that $5 will be distributed to everyone. So every quarter the audit happens, and then as soon as that dividend is given, it is given. What happens? The accumulated earning get reduces, so the token price will go down.
So it'll go down.
Then again it will start going up. So it's like that. So it starts accumulating every day.
Okay.
And when the audit happens, everything is clear. Initially, it is indicative.
Okay.
Then as soon as it is indicative that I'm earning this much, but as soon as the audit happens, it's corrected to the real value.
Got it.
Then again it starts indicative.
Got it.
So as Karan, when you see now my token is $110. Now you want to sell it. So we have the secondary market as well.
Okay.
So you can, now you have the indication that okay, my token has almost, it is going to be this value.
Right.
You can put a sell order that I want to sell it, and there is some other person who wanted to buy this asset. It will match, and your token will be given to him, and you will get your money in your account.
So this is like normal, then I'll get like fiat money back.
You will get a stablecoin, which you can transfer into your bank account, or even if you don't need to transfer, it is still there. We are linking it to MasterCard and Visa. You can spend it. So it's like it's like an Axis Bank account. You have money, you have the card. So similarly, ShipFinex will give you a card where you can actually, whatever money you have in your wallet, you can spend it globally anywhere. It will be in dollars.
Fantastic. That's a big question I also was having. Like, how do I transact this in this world now?
No. It's all. So Visa, even Apple Pay has.
I saw Apple Pay.
They have the USDC and USD. You can spend that. So for example, now you will have ShipFinex account with USDC. That USDC you can actually spend through your iPhone.
Oh, yeah. I
Just
was
by
seeing
touch.
this. Yes, the touch.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
wonderful.
Anywhere.
So, this
And
is,
you can go
yeah.
on platform because we will give you a virtual card as well. You can book your air tickets. You can utilize that money. You don't need to even get that money in rupees.
Yeah, in rupees, yeah.
You don't need to transfer.
So, when you were talking about these 3 upcoming things in 2000, like that has got stuck in me right now. So, where do you see 5 years from now, ShipFinex along with the blockchain concept? How do you foresee it? Is it coming in India or is it like globally expanding? What is happening in those domains in terms of blockchain technology?
Blockchain technology, India has embraced really very well. And I'll say the present government, yes, they are little, or I'll say they are really strict about the crypto,
Right,
which has to be like that.
Absolutely.
Because it is unregulated right now.
Yep.
For example, crypto is not banned in India, right?
Right. Yeah, you can invest.
You can invest, you can do, but it is right now unregulated. Because they have not created the framework. For example, Dubai has created a framework for virtual asset. That's why we are taking a license from there.
Okay.
India has not created a framework because India is a big country.
Absolutely.
And what happens is that whatever framework they create, they want to learn from the global countries slowly when they make regulations. India has also put their stand in G20 summit and requested IMF. Our finance minister has said this vocally in the global platform that all the countries, those who are G20 nations and IMF should come up with the global framework. So they're working on it. The idea is it is available. Every country you will be able to buy this asset class and the taxation of your capital gain will depend on your jurisdiction where you are from.
Right. I think in India right now it's 30%. If I'm
30% of whatever is the capital gain.
Right.
If you have gained $10 out of that, you have to pay $3 to as a tax.
Right. In shipping as well, I was reading about it. Blockchain is already being used in terms of logistics handling.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I think even Walmart is one of the biggest ventures, which is right.
Walmart has come. Even in supply chain, lot of big companies are already doing the pilots behind, and they are working on this technology, which is because of the transparency and efficiency. Tracking becomes very simple if the ledger is on blockchain. Transferability becomes very easy.
Right.
So they are doing it. Indian government, for example, I'll tell you, one of the best use case is land records.
Especially in
just imagine proving that this is my land. Where you go to the land registry.
Right.
That is there. Now that land registry transfer. Who is maintaining it? Again, it's a centralized ledger. You would have heard many times that there are so much of owner disputes. Who owns this property? So many. Our civil courts are filled up with land disputes.
Absolutely.
If this particular record is done on blockchain, then the source of truth is blockchain.
Absolutely. Because it's
and everything is open. So these disputes will become zero. There'll be no cases.
Correct.
Right. So that's what blockchain brings. So lot of government, central government, state governments have started working on it. A multiple use case.
So is there any source where we can learn about blockchain where you learned from something which you could recommend for a viewer who's watching?
So it's there on YouTube. I have not read per se books or something. But yes, I have gone through multiple blogs, multiple white papers. You should see, simply I'll say the best white paper ever written is a Bitcoin white paper. Go and read it.
Okay.
It will change your mind.
Okay, no, that's good. That's interesting.
Just read that.
Yeah. So it'll get
even Ethereum's white paper. Go and read it. It will give you a good idea that what exactly is blockchain.
So sir, coming back to ShipFinex, how does a viewer who's watching this connect to you all? Where does he go?
They just have to go to www.shipfinex.com and they will see everything there. Right now we have, because we are going to launch very soon, our final submission to VARA has also gone. And we expect in 2 weeks the feedback from them. And then we know exactly when it is going to be approved. We already have assets in our platform. So you just have to go register yourself there,
Right.
and you will be notified. You can join when you finish your registration. You can join our Telegram and WhatsApp community also from there.
Okay.
So you join and you will be seeing your latest updates. As soon as the asset comes, you will be allowed to own a piece of it.
Also, someone who is completely new to ship owning as a means of investing, I think most of us are. What kind of an advice would you like to give us as a newbie entering into this?
A maritime professional or non-maritime professional?
Let's start with the maritime professional.
Okay. So as a maritime professionals, the basic thing is because you are working on that asset. So you understand ships. Go read about the asset, read who are the owners, who are the charterers, what are the trade area, what kind of ship it is, and inspection reports, go through it, try to understand what exactly financial projections, read. You'll easily understand. It's very simple, layman terms is there.
Right.
And then you make your decisions, informed decision, whether I want to buy that or not. The returns which will be given in the financial projections will only be for the indicative purposes, because obviously the charter party and expenses are projections.
Right.
It is very well calculated in a proper manner, but unforeseen things you can't foresee, right?
Absolutely.
So it is there. You can read and you can see what kind of returns are there, and then you can invest. Because you know the asset, so being maritime people, you will make your informed decisions a little faster.
Correct.
But a person who doesn't know
Yeah.
shipping at all,
Yeah.
for them, first we have our questionnaires also, FAQs on our website.
It's on the website?
It's on the website, and for every asset we will have a set of questionnaires which you can think of as a sailor or as a non-sailor also. And we are trying to cover as many as questions there, which you can first read them, go through the asset, and then invest.
Absolutely. That's fantabulous. Okay. So, sir, speaking to you, there is that spirit in you of, learning, like you said. Is this like your driving force every day? Like you want to learn something new and have the challenge every day. How did you come up with this challenge inside you? Because people get inspired by listening to how you have a routine or how your mindset is. Anything you want to talk about that?
See, as a person, about me,
Yeah.
I do not like monotonous environment. When every day is happening same, I really don't like it. I like change. I like challenges. So that's why if something which people say, it's not possible, that is something which I really want to do.
Beautiful.
So ShipFinex was an idea. I'm telling you, out of 100 people, 90 people, 99 people has initially said, it's very ambitious, not possible. It's not going to happen. What are you trying to do? So this has happened with me.
Yes.
And I still, those were the people who actually made me think that why it will not happen. They were giving me the answers, why it will not happen. So I started working on that.
Oh, yeah.
That why they're saying it's not happening, because I need to do this, then it will happen. I need to correct this, then it will happen. So that's the journey. So now slowly that challenge is getting over as we are getting regulated. It's going to be there. And next year we are going to come up with something again very challenging and we will announce it by middle of the next year. That will again, it will be another
eye-opener.
Another thing which we are going to launch.
So I had one personal question. Whatever you learned from the sea, has this been like the foundation of who you are now? Some lessons from the sea?
Obviously. Like sea has shaped us. And I believe as a young boy, 19, 20 years old guy, goes on a ship, which itself is an island. In terms of you're working with only 20 people for 8 to 9 months and 10 months there. Sometimes different nationalities, different caste, different creed, different mentality. And you are the youngest there. At the age of 20, when your friends are doing engineering and they are in their peer, and you are suddenly got in a place where everyone is elder than you, their mindset, their lifestyle, everything is, you're drinking, eating with them. So, and different nationalities. Your ship is here sometimes, and you go to Japan and you have to talk with them.
Yep.
You have to understand their mentality. And then you go to suddenly in Africa and you have to handle the shore people, port captain and all these. So I believe that communication skills and the challenges. And the best part of shipping, I believe, is that for one responsibility, we only have one person. All officers, if you see.
Absolutely.
There is no third mate additional on board. There's no
Yeah.
second mate additional on board.
Yeah.
There's only one chief mate, one captain. So your responsibility is yours. You cannot say that I'm taking a leave and somebody else will fill it up. It never happens.
Absolutely.
So that actually gives you that has actually shaped challenges to solve the challenges. And we as sailors, I believe we are forced to go in situations where we have to solve fast. We have to solve it.
Correct.
Because we can't sometimes depend on outside people. I have had multiple incidences on board where we cannot rely on the outside party will come and do this. No, we have to do it. Whether we do it right way, wrong way is a different story.
Right.
We have to correct the situation at this point of time for us to survive or the ship to sail.
Absolutely.
So we are put forward. So this sea life has actually shaped
This-
what am I today?
Yes, correct.
Whatever it is, like
Yes.
successful, non-successful is only this thing.
Yeah.
It's,
No, but the
it's
amount
very
of-
this thing.
yeah.
But yes, it has actually shaped my career, obviously.
Yeah, like the amount of risks and challenges you're taking, it's like very less people are able to do it. And especially when 99 people are telling you that, क्या बोल रहा है तू, ये नहीं होएगा. You know, for me, this podcast has been a real source of inspiration for from your mindset. And of course, that dream of a boy of owning a ship perhaps is coming true through ShipFinex. So thank you, Captain Vikas, for coming here and telling us about this. And I'm waiting for you to come back next year to tell us about the new exciting thing, because I think you are actually creating revolutions in our traditional industry.
Yeah, we will change the way ships are financed, the way ships are owned. That's for
Absolutely,
sure. We are going to change it.
And it's really helpful for us common people who don't have $100 million as yet. So
We'll have one day.
one day.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming on the
Thank you,
KSN show.
Karan. Thank you. My pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you. So that was Captain Vikas Pandey on the KSN show. I hope you all got to know that now there is a means to own a ship. Whether you have $1,000 or $10,000 does not matter. You don't need to be a millionaire now to own a ship. So do let me know in the comment section what was the favorite part of the podcast, and also let me know who all you would like to see on the show. We'll get them. Signing off, KSN. Thank you.